our dryland online training. We won't need any equipment for our warm-up today, so let's get headed right into our warm-up. For today's warm-up, we have 5 exercises, and we're going to go through those 5 exercises 3 times. So our first movement here is our high knee shuffle, and then we're going to go into a single leg deadlift. So what it'll look like is this. So we're going to bring our knees high up, landing on our outside foot, and then we're going to tap the floor, high knees back, landing on our outside foot, finding that balance, and tapping the floor. So we're going to go 5 times one way, 5 times the other way. Ready? Here we go. One more time, there and back. Next movement, we're going to go into Hinge Skiers. So I want us to have our feet right underneath our hips. Knees are soft bent, hinging our hips back. Nice straight long spine. We're reaching up, extending our arms back and forth. I want us to do 20 per side, 40 total. So hinging forward, belly button tucked in, skiing back and forth with those arms, getting them warmed up in our power hinged position. Make those arms powerful. This is going to help with that skating and the power when skating. Few more reps here we go. Good. Our next movement, we will be on the floor. We're going into our Spiderman Planks, a nice tall plank from our hands. We're going to turn our knee out, bring it to our elbow, as if we're climbing a wall like Spiderman, keeping those hips nice and level. 10 per side, 20 total. Hands are underneath the shoulders. Halfway. Our next movement from the floor, we're going into a side bridge. So we're stacking that elbow right underneath our shoulder. Our heels are going to be in line with our bum. Knees are bent. We're going to lift our hips up, and from there, lifting our top leg bent, leading with our heel up towards the ceiling, closing and coming back down. We have 10 of these per side. So we lift up, open, lower down. Push those hips forward as you lift your hips up off the ground. Knees stay down. Good, let's flip around. Same thing on your other side. Same position, elbows stacked right underneath that shoulder. Knees are stacked, feet are in line with the bum. We lift our hips, extend up, lift and lead with that heel. 10 here. Push those hips forward. We're finishing up our warm-up on the ground. We're going to go into push-ups, whether your push-ups are from your knees, tucked under behind, hips are forward, or from your toes. Making sure those hands are right underneath the shoulder, elbows rotate forward. 10 push-ups. Here we go. Elbows go back. All right, I want you to go grab some water. We're gonna go ahead and repeat our same warm up for 2 more rounds. All right, we're gonna move into our mobility section. For your mobility today, you will need a stair or a box that is stair height, and either a chair, a bench, a couch, whatever you have available. So let's go ahead and move into mobility. We're gonna start on the ground for our first mobility movement. So I want us to lay on our back. Our feet are gonna be flat, knees are bent, arms are gonna be out to the side. I want us dropping our knees in one direction. We're gonna lift them up and drop the other direction. So let's do this 10 times each way, 20 total. Start doing to get those hips warmed up. Try to keep your low back on the ground as we drop our knees side to side, starting to get those hips mobile and warmed up for the rest of the workout. You may notice that one side is easier to drop towards than the other. That's just showing one side of the hip is a little bit more restricted. A few more reps here. Excellent. Our next mobility exercise, you'll need your stair or box. We're gonna put one foot on top of our stair, making sure our knee stays tracked over top of our toe. We're gonna push our hip forward in towards the stair, so you should be feeling that stretch along the bottom leg here. Sitting nice and tall, we're gonna hold this stretch for 20 seconds on either side. Make sure you squeeze your glutes, shoulders are pulled back. If you need a little bit more, pushing forward, leaning into that stair just a little bit more. We will come out of that stretch and switch to the other side. So foot resting on the stair, knee tracked over top of our toe, hip pushing your hip forward into the stair, squeezing your glutes, sitting nice and tall. Try not to get all twisted in our hips. 20 seconds here. Feeling that stretch in that bottom leg, in that hip flexor. And we will come out of that. Next up, you'll need your bench, chair, bed, couch, whatever you have available. So we're gonna place our elbows on the seat. We're gonna push our knees back. What I want us to do is we're dropping our head through our arms, and we're gonna bring our fingertips to our shoulders. So here you should be getting a stretch through the middle of your back, a little bit in the triceps, and right underneath your armpit into the lat. Keep your belly button tight. Pushing down a little bit further through that stretch, holding here for 20 seconds. Try your best not to rest your head on the seat. If you can't touch your shoulders, you can just keep your hands out floating in the air, and you get the same sort of stretch. A few more seconds here. And we will come up. The last mobility exercise you'll be doing, you'll need your stair again and something to hang on to for a little bit of support. So what I want us to do is we're gonna put our toes on the edge of the stair, and I want us to drop our heels down towards the floor. Here you'll get a stretch through the back of your legs, and you'll feel that stretch for about 20 seconds. Make sure to hold on. And if you're on a box, make sure that it doesn't tip. You can also do this with one foot at a time if you're on something like a box or a step stool. And all right, we're gonna move into some agility with hurdles today. So if you don't have hurdles at home, that is fine. You just need to create an imaginary line on the ground, and that will do. If you do have some objects at home that you can go over without tripping, you can also use those as well. So let's get into our first movement. The first movement is a hurdle run, very basic. So we're gonna start in the middle of 2 hurdles. What I want us to do is we're getting nice and low in our ready position. I want us to bring our knee over, just how we did in our warm-up, landing on that one foot. We're 2 feet in the middle, 1 foot again on that outside, just finding that stability. All right, so let's go ahead and try to do 20 total, 10 each way. Nice and low. Using those arms to pump. We're landing on the balls of our feet. Sitting nice and tall. Excellent work. Okay, next we're going to advance that same move that we just did, but now we're going to add some power into it. So starting again in the middle, we're going to go to our 1 foot, 2 feet together, lateral hop, back in, run across, pop out, hop in. All right, so let's go ahead and do 10 of these together, 5 per side, getting nice and low in our ready position. Here we go. We're going to go down to just 1 hurdle, so we're going to ditch that other hurdle. We're going to start off with a crossover run. So we're going to start one side of your hurdle with 2 feet. We're going to bring our outside foot over top and bring that other one back over. So we're landing with 2 feet on the other side. Swinging our hips as we go over. So let's try to do 20 total, 10 per side. Nice and low, ready, and here we go. All right, up next we're going to work on some stability, 1 foot stability. This is our 1 foot hop. So you're going to start with 1 foot. I'm starting off with my left foot, and we are going to go 20 jumps total, 10 each side, and then landing quickly on the ball of our feet. Load and explode with that leg coming back. So slow down, I'll be back and forth. So we'll do 20 of those like that. Flip around and do it on the right foot. Sitting nice and low, here we go. Flip around, do the same thing on your right foot. All right, so we're adding 2 hurdles back into the mix. These are skater hops. So you're going to start on one side of the hurdle. We're going to push, land with 2 feet. So you're pushing off 1 foot, landing 2 feet, 2 foot hop over, 2 foot hop back. Our outside leg is going to push, land on 1 foot, bring 2 feet together, hop, back and forth. So let's do 10 of these total, 5 each way. Here we go. All right, we have 2 more movements to go through. The first one, we're shortening up that distance between our hurdles. We're going into figure 8, so no crossing our feet over. We're gonna run forward, back pedal, back through the middle, back around, and back to the middle. So let's go ahead and do this 5 times in one direction, 5 times in the other direction. Ready, here we go. We're sitting nice and low as we go through these hurdles. Pushing our bum back, using those arms, not crossing our feet over. All right, let's go. your other direction. So we go up and through and back. Stay nice and low on the balls of your feet. Excellent. All right, our last hurdle drill. You'll need another 2 hurdles. So I have made kind of like a box here, where I start in the middle of your box. So this is our box hurdle run. So we're gonna jump over 1 foot, landing back in, forward and back, out and in, back and forward, okay? So making sure that we're not just using the same foot to tap on the outside of those hurdles. So we're gonna go 3 times one direction, 3 times the other direction for a total of 6. Ready? We push out, in, up, back, out, in, up, back. It's 1, 2, and 3. All right, we're gonna do that same drill, going the other direction with your other foot. Here we go. We go out, we go forward, we go out, and we go back. All right, we're gonna move into our strength section next. You will need a resistance band, a mini loop band, just like so, and a set of dumbbells. I'm using a little bit lighter than what I usually use. So I usually use about 10 pounds today, I'm using about 8. So maybe reference that and drop a couple pounds from what you normally use. Let's get moving right into the strength. Our first movement, you'll need that band around your knees and some wall space to use. We're gonna go into our wall sit, wall squat. So my back is resting against the wall, my feet are out. I have a 90-degree angle in my knees. And from here, we're gonna push out against the band for 15 reps. Sitting nice and tall, feet stay planted as I push my knees outwards against that band. Excellent. Up next, we're gonna go into some power jumps. So we're gonna start with 2 feet. I'm gonna swing my arms back, load and explode my legs, shift over as I bring my arms up in the air. So we're gonna do 5 of these per side, 10 total. So load, explode, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, up next, you're gonna need your dumbbells. We're gonna go into some lateral raises, alternating. So 6 per side, shoulders pull down. We're raising up with a straight arm to the side, bring it in, alternate to the other side. So when you do this, nice, slow, and controlled, not just swinging that weight up. 6 reps each way, 12 total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Up next, we have our push press, so I want us to hold those weights on our shoulders. I'm going to turn sideways for you. So we're racking those weights on our shoulders, we're dipping through our knees, push and extend those dumbbells up overhead and back down. We're doing 8 reps. So dip, press. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and up next we're going to be in a plank position with one of your dumbbells. So nice tall plank. I want us to row and rotate up towards the ceiling and come back down. If this is too heavy, make sure to either drop the weight or go less. So we're going to do 5 each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Flipping around the other side, same movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Our last exercise, you'll need that again. We'll lay on our back. So what we're gonna do here is marching one knee up and down, up and down. If that's too easy, we're gonna go up into a tabletop and dropping one down at a time. 20 reps total, 10 per side. Nice soft landing, no space underneath your back. So push your belly button into the floor. Thanks so much for joining me for another week of online dry land training. We'll see you guys all again next week.